So I can't get a better job because I need more of an education. And I can't get that education because I don't have that money. And I can't get that money because I have to work. And I can't get a good job because I don't have an education. Gotta love life.
That right there is the $64,000 question that so many people have right now because they don't want to fall into the trap of getting student loans. But you know what? She didn't ask me what to do, so I am just going to give my unsolicited advice. Right? If I know this person, this is exactly what I would tell them from the years of experience that I had as far as having an accounting and a finance degree with some student loan debt and now working in the current job that I'm working at in corporate America. Listen to this. Number one, it has nothing to do whatsoever about education. The number one thing I would tell this person is focus on your networking skills. Yes, I understand some jobs you do need a certain level of a college degree to even get that job, but that is not necessarily true. You see, I worked in accounting and finance, and I always thought in order to get in, you would need an accounting and a finance degree. It's not the case. So many jobs that I worked in, they gave people opportunities who had just as something as simple as just an associate's degree, not even having a bachelor's degree, and they gave them an opportunity. And those people actually were as good as anyone else who had a bachelor's degree. You see, the education does not matter. What matters is your own personal skills. She needs to stop worrying about the fact of I need an education in an institution, in a college, in order to become more marketable or in order to become more successful. That's not the case. There's so many people right now who are becoming extremely successful in many type of industries and even becoming entrepreneurs without a degree. The idea of you needing a degree in order to become successful in life is not true. You can work your way up to getting a degree. Okay, now listen, this is what I would tell her as well, right? Because a lot of jobs out there have some awesome benefits. One of the benefits is tuition reimbursement. Maybe she could get a job, look for a job that offers tuition reimbursement. She might not get the job that she truly wants in 4 or 5 years from now, but she can get a job, do tuition reimbursement for the degree that she wants to go to, have them pay for it, choose a very cheap school, okay? Go to community college, cheap school, state college, as cheap as possible, get your 4 year degree, and then on your way you go with the education that you need. I love education, and I really believe people should go to college and get the education needed, especially if whatever field you're trying to get into, especially with some type of a STEM type degree, where you need a degree, right? By all means, you have to find cheaper ways in order for you to go to school. Now, I feel bad for her because she's there crying and she's like, I need a job though, this and that. You have to be able to do both. Education, what's funny is people think that education stops as soon as like you leave college, right? That's where education stops. Education is going on forever. Education is a lifelong journey. You're always learning and you're always growing. And everything you're gonna learn is not from the pages of a book, okay? It's not from a professor having a lecture in college. It's just life in general. Understanding how to communicate with people, understanding how to network, getting better at emotional intelligence. All of this will make you a better person and make you more marketable. Because just because so many people get a degree, and then next you have to recognize your degree is not going to be the only thing that gets you through the door. Now you have to interview. Interview has nothing to do with the degree at all. It's to do with your skills, your personal skills, like all types of skills that you could bring into the table. And if you are, the most important thing, if you are a good fit for the company. That is all that matters. You do not need to stress out so much and try to spend so much money. Because you're seeing people now just drowning in student loan debt. So many people now about to get their wages garnished because they were never even able to pay back the student loans. And that just proves a point right there that just having a degree doesn't just negate the fact of you don't need to pay that. You will make enough money to pay that back. It's not the case, and so many people are recognizing that. Now I feel for her, right? Because so many people are feeling stuck. But man, I don't want to like rain on her parade, and I don't want to make the situation worse. But you guys let me know how you feel about it. I think she's just not ready for it, right? She's not ready for the real world and just putting your heels to the ground and just coming out swinging and do whatever it is for you to succeed in whether your career or as an entrepreneur or whatever it is. I've had jobs, man, right, where before I actually before I got my degree in accounting and finance, I was working in a job in IT, and it wasn't that great of a paying job. It was like $15 an hour, and actually I was working as well for Spectrum. It's called Spectrum now, but it was called Bright House back in days, where I was working full time, right, and I was going to school full time. And guess what? I was doing a job that was for IT, and I got tuition reimbursement for 2 years while I was getting just my regular general studies out the way. And they paid for that. So there is ways for you to take advantage of the jobs that you have that are giving you this opportunity to get tuition reimbursement. You do not need to pick your first job right now if you're trying to get a degree to get this job, this dream job of yours. The job you have right now, it needs to be a job where it's about benefits, right? That's what I did. I chose a job that was in customer service. It was IT support, customer service, helping people with the internet service over the phone. That was not my dream job, but the job offered great benefits. And my cable and internet was free, so I'll take that. But the job offered great benefits, and one of the benefits allowed me to go to school, get tuition reimbursement to pay for it. And the other final 2 years, because obviously I couldn't get tuition reimbursement if now I have to let them know my degree was, and I'm taking accounting classes and finance classes, that we're not going to approve that. But still, after that, I had to figure things out and be really strategic and try to get scholarships and try to reduce the burden of my student loans. So there is a way, right? There is a way. You just cannot live life though thinking there's only one way to get things done, right? There is not just one way to achieve any goal you want to achieve. There's so many ways. And the number one thing is just grit, being creative. All of this will allow you to get to a point we need to get to. Right? In her case, a lot of people like this, right? I was like this too. You want this to happen in one day. You want the solution now, fixed now. No, right? Yes, going to college, it states it's 4 years on average to get it completed. It doesn't mean you need to get it done in 4 years. Maybe you get it done in 6 years. But I tell you this, if you can get it done in 6 or 7 years and you're leaving with no debt compared to going for 4 years and leaving with debt, come on, man. We all know which option is better in this situation, right? Just foregoing getting all these student loans to just hurry up, get that degree to get that quote unquote job you think you're gonna get is not going to work. Still gotta deal with corporate politics. You still gotta deal with raises, not being enough. You still gotta deal with wages not being that high. And now you made the situation worse. Now you have so much debt, right? And the increase you're getting in your salary due to your degree might not be enough, but now you feel a heavier burden because you owe more now in student loans, and the money you're making is most likely not even enough to cover the student loans and the life that you feel that you should have once you get that degree that you desperately want, right? That's the thing about that, guys, is people need to just recognize and understand it's not, going to college is not the only solution. And you know what? When it's all said and done, it might not even be an option for you, right? Going to college is a privilege. It's not a necessity. Some people could go, some people can't. Now, once again, I understand you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, different story. But if you're going to just do like real estate, or you're going for some type of entrepreneur, right, degree, you could just do that on your own. Learn from the good old school of hard knocks, where it costs nothing but just hard work, sweat, and grit. That's it. That's all it's going to cost you. So I highly recommend for her, first of all, I recommend she gets off TikTok. If you want to become marketable, the last thing you want to do is create videos like that where a potential employer could look. Because nowadays, all these potential employers are going all over social media to see if they can find some information about you. So for her, get out of that, get out of TikTok, focus on becoming, focus on your personal skills, right? Your people skills. Focus on that. Go to YouTube, learn how to do Excel, become great at Excel, because that right there will get you through the door of many companies. You become like really good at learning basic Excel. Do that, and then from there, just see where it goes and look at all the opportunities you have, and every opportunity that comes your way, you jump on it. And you might be surprised. She might be surprised. She might not even need a degree. If she's good at just learning, as far as learning the system and becoming a good employee, because you You gotta fake it till you make it. Become a good employee. Know who to network with. And every time a door, is available to you, you open that door. You jump into all these opportunities. You can move up any type of corporate ladder, or maybe she could start her own business. Who knows? And you never know where it goes. But you cannot just say, "I'm stuck in life. I don't know what to do because I need student loans. So what the hell am I gonna do?" Nah, that's not the way. That's not the way I function, and that's the way I think a majority of successful people should not function. You just got to find a way to keep on moving and keep on pushing, and eventually you'll get your answer. But you just cannot take the shortcut, which is just getting student loans and expecting this future of yours to be so bright and everything is just going to work out. Ask all these million people right now who want student loans and they're struggling even with the jobs that they have now, even if they don't have student loans, just to survive. The cost of living is insane. Last thing you want to do is add a degree on top of that. No, student loans, I meant to say on top of that. Well, anyway, guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. What you think she should do. That's because I'm giving my opinion. I feel I got a pretty good opinion about what she should do, but I certainly want to hear what you guys say. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.